Hey folks, it's time I got on with making that coffee time video I talked about in the the last JM Tries video I did here about a week ago. I'm thinking at this point. Um, I said I had at least one thing to announce, and it turns out there's actually a couple of big things going on here. The one I'm going to lead off with here is probably the best one to start with because it's gonna affect at least one other thing that I'm gonna try to talk about here. So I'll just get on with that and say that starting Friday for sure, I'm actually gonna be on a couple of meds here for. It's something for. It's supposed to be for weight control, because I had a couple of doctor's appointments about that today, and they put me on some some meds for that, which is something I'm finally willing to give a shot here, because, well, like it or not, that's kind of where I am, and from what I understand, some of the side effects from these things are putting me on affects the way things taste. So once I get this one last JM Tries video taken care of, it might be a couple of months anyway, and maybe longer before I go back to that, because there's the whole weight loss thing I've been trying to do for, well, 30 years anyway. And on top of that, there's meds which they're saying are going to potentially, change the way things taste, and I, want to get that sorted before I, start trying to do food reviews again. And with that in mind, I suppose this is, good timing, all things considered, because this next JM Tries video that I'm gonna, get on with actually shooting once I get this taken care of is actually gonna be the 100th episode, or at least the 100th episode I've managed to keep track of. Because I did not start keeping track of things like that until relatively recently, all things considered. And, some of the oldest ones I've got in that playlist are going on 8 years old now. I'm sure there are some that I've, forgotten that I've done, and, didn't get managed to get put in the playlist there. I switched to my notes here, which I've got up on on my monitor, and since I've only got the one to work with here, I can't really just go on with my camera. But this is one of those things where I I don't want to say I never thought I'd get this far with it. That I never thought I'd have all that. Well, here I am saying that I don't necessarily want to say I never thought I'd have 100 videos total, let alone in a series. I kind of thought I might, but I never. There came a point, I don't remember exactly when, that I just thought I'd keep doing this for fun and all of that, and, well, like I was saying, I think towards either the end of last year or the start of this one, there's 200 videos. Well, this will be like 209 or 210, and a little less than half of them are JM Tries videos. So here we are. It's something that kind of snuck up on me. It's one of those things where I never thought I'd have quite this many, because it was just me looking happen when I happen across something I thought that would be a interesting thing to try on camera. I'd pick it up and give it a shot. And it's only been the last year and a half or so that I was actually looking for things to do videos about. So that's the first big milestone that I've kind of wanted to talk about here. Because that whole weight loss thing just kind of worked out the way it did. And I guess it's a good thing that it's coming more or less at the same time I'm doing the 100th episode of JM Tries. So there's that, and then there's something that might actually be a less obvious milestone here, which is I'm kind of be repeating something I was saying in my coffee time video from back in April. I was not really, this was like just after, a guy I went to high school called Steve Burns wound up, giving me a little money for, doing art and stuff online here, which that really did come as kind of a surprise to me, because it's, one of those things where I was just, messing around with, scrap paper, and sharing it online. And really, when it comes to, all this stuff I put up, I'm, actually much more confident in my writing, which is something I've been, doing since, I think the first real project that got me interested in this kind of thing was that kind of thing was a school project from like 6th grade, which at the time was still part of elementary school, really. And I've been doing that as a hobby for probably 35, closer to 40 years at this point. And even if it doesn't necessarily seem like it, I'm actually more confident in these videos than my art too. But I mean, hey, if that's what people are willing to pay me for, then I'm certainly not gonna say no. But then this is gonna kind of take us into the general thoughts part of the video here, where like I was saying, or kind of getting at before with the JM Tries videos, for sure. And the art to a lesser extent here. This was just me. This has just been me messing around in my free time, and for 5 years anyway, and probably more than that at this point. It's one of those things where if people had, wanted to, give me money for it in some capacity, I would at least be willing to listen and talk in most cases. But, that's kind of the way it's been, unless something was going to change. And, that changed back in February and March of this year when, that Steve fella I was talking about before, approached me and actually, gave me actually a fairly substantial amount of money for it, all things considered. But that got me to thinking about it since then. And one thing I can't remember if I asked when I was talking about this back in April is was it just Mr. Ernst, just that one time, or or are there more people that might be interested in contributing to me doing this kind of stuff on an ongoing basis? Because part of the conversation we had was, I do have a Patreon that I've mostly been using to contribute to other content creators, but if there's interest in people contributing to me to continue doing this in a more regular capacity. I'm going to have to figure out how to get that sorted so I can do that. And part of what that money is probably going to go to is refreshing my equipment here, because of all the things I use in this, I think my actual PC is probably the newest component in all of it, and it's at minimum 5 years old, probably closer to 10 at this point, because I think Windows 10 was still the relatively new thing or the relatively newest version at the time. And from what I understand, the end of life for Windows 10 is coming up in October of next year. Which is just one more reason to refresh this thing. Because it's all out of date, and it's starting to show its age. And plus, if I'm actually going to be doing this kind of, if it turns out that I actually am going to be doing this, for money somehow, I'm gonna want to up my game a bit here, which means really am gonna have to refresh my equipment, because it means I need to get a newer camera than what I've actually got, and I'm gonna have to learn how to actually produce videos rather than just me sitting here flapping my gums at my camera for like 15 minutes at a go, just saying what I have to say in one long shot like this. And this is the first video in like 10 years or so that I've actually taken the time to I have a hard copy of the notes I'm looking at on my screen here. I actually used to try to do something like this probably 10 years ago, and I actually thought I might have more of a shot, the kind of shot I'm getting at this now. But, if it turns out that I actually am going to be, this is, like, my actually, getting more serious about this, and what kind of serious I'm going to get about it, is actually dependent on where other people are, or what my audience thinks. If folks are okay with me just continuing with this, there's as I am, there's not necessarily quite such a rush to refresh, get new stuff. And it might be, more off the shelf than something I get, built more custom for the thing. But for all of this, but that's one decision I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make here before too terribly long, because I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm going with all of this, and then how I'm going to proceed with that. And I'm thinking a little audience input here would really help with that. So depending on what people think, what people think of all of this, I'll try to take that into consideration, with, how I actually do all of this. But, no matter what, I've got some thinking to do here, because, as it is, like when I, go to, put this up, YouTube says it's going to actually have to, process this video up to standard definition, and there's like higher definition options than that available. But I think I actually have to upload it in that resolution to make it happen, which is not something I can do at present. And if I want to change that, I'm going to need new equipment and all that. So I mean, that's kind of where I am with actually a lot of things here. So while I'm thinking about all that, I've got some, like I said, I've got some stuff to consider. I've got a whole bunch going on here. A lot to think about. So while I'm thinking about that, I will be working on a lot of the same stuff as always. But and for now, I'm just going to wrap this up so I really don't make more of a stammering fool of myself than I already have. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I will at least get the 100th coffee time shot today anyway. And I don't know if I'll get it uploaded and or released anytime soon. I'm actually hoping to have that set to go out here in the next couple of days, because I actually have plans for that will be forthcoming. But until then, I will see you when I see you again. Until next time, I'll see you around, everybody. Have a good hour long. See you then.